Hey, I'm LaToya Drake with Kentucky's Nutrition Education Program for the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service, and I'm here at the beautiful Allen County office making up a recipe. This is our honey raisin muffins, and this is featured on Plated Up Kentucky's website, as well as planeatmove.com, which is the Nutrition Education Program website. So this means it's EBT or food stamp friendly. It's going to be more affordable than many of our other recipes. So this recipe is our honey raisin muffins, and it calls for 1/2 cup and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. It calls for 1/2 cup and 2 tablespoons of whole wheat flour, and we're going to measure that out so we can practice our measuring skills too. We're going to do that in a second. 3/4 of teaspoons baking powder, 1/4 of teaspoon baking soda, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 of teaspoon salt, and I just put that in with the cinnamon because I like to prep before and just keep it simple. Also 2 cups of bran flake cereals with raisins, so 2 cups of raisins bran. This is going to have a lot of fiber in this dish, so it's going to make it feel more filling in many ways. It also has a cup of skim milk. It has 1/2 cup of honey, 2 egg whites, I got out of order there, didn't I? And 3 tablespoons of unsweetened applesauce and 2 tablespoons of canola oil. So a lot of kind of ingredients actually, but you should have many of these on hand or be able to at least use them for different purposes. Like the raisin bran, I plan to eat that up for breakfast. So you can definitely reuse this. You know, you might have milk and honey on hand already. So honey in Kentucky is harvested in July and August. So it's being harvested now in this whole area, right? Let's get this recipe started. We are going to combine our flours. So we're going to measure this flour out, and we're going to do it the proper way. See, I tried to do it improperly, but the proper way is to scoop the flour into the measuring cup. That's gonna, and then I'm making a mess. That's what I do best. So then you're going to take the flat edge of a knife and you're going to scrape over it to even that out. There we go. See that smooth edge? So this calls for, what do we say, 1/2 cup and 2 tablespoons. We're just going to scoop this out. 2 tablespoons of whole wheat flour. This is going to give us some whole grains and some additional fiber, right? So I've got that together, got my dry ingredients. So then I'm going to add my baking soda, my baking powder, the cinnamon, and the salt. All the dry stuff, right? I'll use a spoon to mix this up a little bit. Yeah, so honey is harvested in this area from July and August, so you should be able to get some local honey now from your local farmer's market. And you can always pick it up from your big box store. Honey's awesome because it has more sweetening power than regular sugar, so you're going to need less of it in recipes. You do have to make some substitutions in some recipes. If you're going to substitute honey, you have to add more baking powder or baking soda. But there's information on that at our extension offices. So reach out to an extension agent if you have questions about using honey as a substitute in your baked goods. So okay, we've got our dry ingredients. Let's get our wet ingredients here. We're going to combine our cereal, our good fibrous cereal, our milk. Let's see, let's make sure I'm doing it right. Our honey. I'm excited to try these. I've never have made these before because I'm not a baker, I'm a cook. Because with baking, you have to actually measure and things, and that's just not, I don't like the structure of baking. My mother's a baker though, so I usually will have her make stuff. So I got the honey in there. I'm also going to combine the egg whites. Okay, mix this up some. so it gets soft. Okay. I'm also going to combine our applesauce. And this was no sugar added applesauce. Keep it healthy, right? And we're also going to combine our canola oil. All right, let's stir this up. So like I mentioned, you can find honey at your local farmer's market now that's local. And local honey is always and local anything is always gonna taste better because it's gonna spend more time in the fields or more time in the hives and have to travel less distance to get to you. So it's really important to shop local and be inspired by these plated up Kentucky Proud recipes. So we've got our wet ingredients. I'm gonna add my dry ingredients and stir until they're moistened, okay? And I already have my muffin pans lined with some liners, so they're good to go. So I'm mixing this up until it is wet. Let's do that. Super fibrous. Lots of roughage in these. So when you have fiber, you've got a couple different types of fiber, right? We've got soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. They're all gonna be the brooms that clean out our digestive system, right? All right, so we've got this super fiber-filled muffin mix here with all this good stuff in it. These are great for breakfast, right? So now we gotta get them baked out. We gotta get them in our muffin pans. And I like to use measuring cups to make sure that it's all kind of even. And I line the muffin pans, and it says to fill them 2/3 of the way. So we're filling those up. And this recipe is awesome because it has both types of fiber in it. So soluble fiber is going to turn to gel inside your system, and it's going to attract the things, right, and pull it out. So soluble fiber is the type of fiber that's in fruits. And then also soluble fiber is in oats and nuts and beans and peas. So it's that kind of slimier fiber. And that good roughage fiber that we find in our bran flakes, right, that are in here, that's our insoluble fiber. And you're gonna find that different places too, like our wheat sources and our non-starchy leafy green vegetables, right? They're gonna be fiber rich. All right, get these filled up. I mean, this is not really the prettiest thing, honestly, guys, but it's gonna taste a lot better than it looks. I'm excited to try it. Because like I mentioned, these are really great for breakfast, quick breakfast on the go. I know sometimes I have trouble thinking what I want to eat because I think about food all the time. It's hard to figure out what to do to feed myself sometimes. Make a little mess, that's fine. All right, so this one right here doesn't have as much. I'm just gonna even them up. They'll be big old fluffy muffins. Put this raisin in there, this runaway raisin. Okay, so check this out. We've got our honey raisin muffins ready to go in the oven. They're gonna go in the oven on 400. Hey, so we got these fresh out of the oven, and thank goodness they look better than the mix did that I put in the oven. These look super tasty and super hearty. They're even still warm right now. And this is our honey raisin muffin from the Plated Up Kentucky recipe project. And you can get this recipe by contacting Barry Hyatt at nctc.com or reaching out to the Plated Up Reps website. And that's, I always forget that one because it's so long. Google Play it up, you'll find it. Also look at planeatmove.com and look up these honey raisin muffins. They're gonna be delicious. And thanks for watching.